Hello guys, it is Creative Theories here, and we all know Disney loves their franchises. They can't ever seem to make anything original nowadays. Literally all of their big sellouts on Disney Plus are all to do with one of their highly beloved franchises. And the most recent addition to this is the National Treasure series that got a show, The Edge of History, taking place a decade after the first two films. And with that show wrapped up, it begs the question of whether this attempt at bringing back this franchise has worked or not. Will they make a season 2 of The Edge of History? Are they making a third mainline film? And if so, what are they all going to be about? Let's get into it. But before we go any further, please make sure that you smash that red subscribe button down below and have your notifications turned on so that you get notified every time we make any brand new videos. The issue with streaming is you can never really tell whether something is successful or not, as services don't have to release viewing figures. So there's not much to go off. It appeared a lot on the trending pages on the platform, which could mean that it is popular, or it could just mean that Disney is trying to push it. The positive thing is they haven't cancelled anything yet, and since it's only been a couple of months since it ended, there's still lots of hope that season 2 could be coming, and we could see it likely coming out in around the summer of 2024. There is a little more known about a potential third film, however. Apparently, the producers have given Nicolas Cage a first draft of a third film, and it would be up to him as to whether he would go ahead with it. With that said, it could mean we could be seeing a lot of crossovers between the films and the TV series. However, it might just be that Jess could end up in the third film, or maybe only characters from the film come into the series, as audience who see the film might have not seen the TV series. And we already have a kind of idea as to what this next season could be about from the cliffhanger at the end of the final episode. Obviously, the show would follow Jess, Tasha, Oren, Ethan, and Liam again, and there would be side plots of relationships, and we'd love to see how Ethan copes with Liam and Jess's newfound love. We of course have Jess's dad Raphael as well, who would come and help, and there would be other side characters who could help when necessary, such as Agent Ross. The cliffhanger showed Liam clearing out his late grandfather Peter Sadusky's desk, where he found a tape that had details about a newfound treasure, which the gang will now go and find. And as usual, there will be another villain trying to find the treasure as well. But who might this villain be? Well, it could be Billy, since she is still alive and is in prison, but I don't think they'd go for the same villain twice in a row. Instead, I think they'd use Billy in a different way. It could be a completely new villain, or maybe one who was in one of the first two films. But who I actually think the villain will be is someone who is related to Salazar in some way. Throughout all of season 1, the big secret villain who was behind everything was actually Salazar, who we found out was Agent Ross's boss all along. Salazar had a lot of followers, and to be honest, he was defeated very easily in season 1, almost too easily it seemed. I reckon there's a lot more about Salazar and his followers that are yet to be known, and that maybe that is exactly what season 2 is all about, where one of his followers, or maybe even a new Salazar, is hunting after the treasure. And it brings up the stakes so high that the gang have to make an impossible choice, and that is to recruit Billy for help. Because, like I say, I don't think Billy will be the next main villain for next season, but there's a reason the show didn't just kill her off like everyone else in her team, which was kind of brutal to be honest. Instead, they decided to keep her alive so she could be used again, and I think this would make a very interesting return, with Billy helping with the treasure hunt, and the gang maybe even having to break her out of prison, but then they fully can't actually trust her, as she could betray them at any point. Salazar's following as a huge overarching villain could be the main plot of the whole show, with however many future seasons it could get, and could even impact National Treasures 3 if they wanted to begin connecting the franchise more, with Salazar, Jess and Billy all appearing alongside Ben and Abigail. Speaking of which, the final thing we need to discuss is potential cameos. Season 1, we of course had Sadusky from the original films, and in episode 4, Jess nearly died with the iconic tech nerd and author Riley Poole, played by Justin Bartha, which might I say was probably the best episode of the season. I wouldn't be surprised if in season 2 we get Riley for another episode and potentially more cameos like Abigail as well. I don't think we're necessarily going to get Nicolas Cage as Ben Franklin just yet in the series, but possibly for like the show's final ever episode if Disney did manage to get him. That being said, since Riley and Jess now know each other, we could see a scenario in the third film, if there is one, and if it's something to do with Salazar is the main villain, where Riley calls Jess for help, especially since Riley has told Ben about Jess. Just thinking about all of these possibilities is making me so excited, and I can't wait to find out whether we get the Edge of History Season 2 and a third National Treasures film. But anyway guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure that you smash that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, let me know down below in the comments, what do you think about this? Do you reckon we're going to be getting a National Treasures The Edge of History Season 2? And do you reckon we might be getting a National Treasures 3 film? And what would you like them to be about? Would you like Billy to be the next villain? Would you like a new villain? Would you like to find out more about Salazar? And are you interested in seeing all of the different crossovers and cameos that we could be getting? I literally can't wait. And as always, we've been here on Gate of Theories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.
I can't get you off my mind, can't forget it. Now I know